Transperth Rail Network is a large railway system, and one that serves the world's longest city of Perth, Western Australia. Previously on the channel, I've covered the least used stations on the Fremantle, Midland, Mandurah and Yanchep lines. In this video, I'm travelling to the Armadale, Airport, Ellenbrook and Thornlie Cockburn lines to find more of Transperth's least used stations. Seaforth Station is a station on the Armadale line, 22.5 kilometres from Perth. The station is located in the suburb of Gosnells and is the least used station on the Transperth network. The station opened in 1918 with platforms at ground level, but achieved the current high-level platforms in 1968. Between November of 2023 and October of 2025, the station was closed as part of a level crossing removal project and was replaced by buses. In fact, today the 12th of October is quite literally the first day in nearly 2 years that the station's been open. So, in the 2013-14 financial year, Seaforth Station had 51,887 visits throughout the entire period. That's about 142 visits a day. So, you'd think to check the data and scale it based on the 2023-24 financial year, like I did with the stations in part 1 of this video. Except, Seaforth wasn't open during the 2023-24 financial year because of the level crossing removal shutdowns, so we have to use the 2022-2023 figures instead. In the 2013-14 financial year, the Armadale line had 9,176,434 users, while in the 2022-23 financial year, it had 6,626,803 users. That's about 72% of what it had beforehand. This means Seaforth had about 37,358 users a year, or just 102 a day. Now, I'll admit, that is actually 19 more users than I said Success Hill had in part 1 of the video, and in that video I said Success Hill was the second least used station. And the truth is, Seaforth needs some time to recover after the shutdowns, so I think the estimate of 102 a day is just a little on the high side, leaving Seaforth the least used station on the network. Now, that's the crown holder when it comes to least used stations, but let's take a look at some of the runners-up from the other lines. In 2025, Perth saw the opening of its first east-west connection line, the Thornlie Cockburn link. The line acts as a link between the Mandurah and Armadale lines, between its terminus of Cockburn Central and at Beckenham, where it meets the Armadale line and continues to Perth. Thornlie Station, the first stop on the link, opened in 2005 as a spur off the Armadale line, becoming a through station when the link to Cockburn opened. The remaining stations of Nicholson Road and Ranford Road, however, opened 20 years later, and it's Ranford Road which emerges as the least used station on the Thornlie Cockburn line. Ranford Road is located in a cutting, sharing its alignment with the pre-existing Kwinana Freight Railway line, which operates in a bypass loop around Perth. This loop had been fully opened by the year 1968, almost 4 decades prior to the corridor's first use as a passenger line. Because of this, Ranford Road is one of the best places to see freight trains pass the station, although when I visited I didn't see any. So just how many people will visit Ranford Road over the next year? After all, the station's only been open for 4 months as of this video's release. In 2031, the station's expected to see 1,985 boardings each day, which would contribute to 17,425 boardings predicted for the line as a whole. The estimated usage figures for the line in 2025 suggest this year would see 12,225 boardings a day on the line as a whole, about 70% of the 2031 figure. Like I said before, the station itself is projected to have 1,985 boardings per day in 2031, and 70% of that would be about 1,390 users a day, 507,168 a year. Ranford Road isn't actually a suburb, but rather the name of a major road that passes to the east of the station. The station is located in the suburb of Canning Vale, as is the neighbouring station of Nicholson Road. But there's been a desire for a station here at Ranford Road for a long time, starting way back with the original proposals for a railway to Mandurah. In 1990, the first proposal for a Mandurah line was released, with one route extending the Fremantle line south, and the other branching off the Armadale line and hopping over to the Kwinana Freeway through the Freight Loop line, going past Ranford Road Station's eventual location. The line was eventually built along the route we know today via the Narrows Bridge, but construction had already started on parts of the route through Ranford Road. Because of this, the Thornley Spur opened and made use of the tunnels designed for the Mandurah line, following by the remainder of the route opening 20 years later, including Ranford Road. Today, the station has 4 tracks passing in its vicinity, with the 2 northernmost tracks being used for freight, and the 2 other tracks used for electric passenger services at an island platform. The station has a large bike shed at the entrance and a whopping 14 stand bus interchange, serving 9 routes. Buses travel from here to Elizabeth Quay, Curtin University, Murdoch University, Nicholson Road Station, Cannington, Thornley, Cockburn, Maddington and Armadale. The station also has parking for 400 cars. 2024 saw the opening of a railway connecting Perth's northeastern suburbs to the CBD, the Ellenbrook line. The line has 5 new stations at Morley, Naranda, Ballajura, Whiteman Park and Ellenbrook. The railway winds its way up along the Tonkin Highway and traces the southern and eastern boundaries of Whiteman Park before arriving at its terminus of Ellenbrook. But one of these stations sticks out from the others. Morley Station, which opened on the 8th of December 2024, is the least used station on the Ellenbrook branch line. The station serves the suburbs of Morley and Embleton and is located perpendicular to Brown Avenue in the median of the Tonkin Highway. The station is forecast to see 1,365 boardings daily in 2031, contributing to the estimated 11,700 daily boardings forecast for the line in the same year. The line currently only sees about 9,700 boardings daily, about 83% of what it will in 2031. If we find 83% of the forecast 1,365 boardings here, we get 1,133 passengers a day. The station has 400 car spaces and 12 bus stands with 8 bus routes. But how can this be the case? How can a station with 8 bus routes and 400 different spaces only manage 1,133 passengers? The answer lies about 2 kilometers west of here. This is Galleria Bus Interchange, formerly known as Morley Bus Interchange prior to Morley Station's 2024 opening. It opened back in 1972 and was the first bus station ever in Perth's metropolitan region. It has 17 bus routes, 5 more than Morley Station, meaning people are more likely to use it than catch a train from Morley 2 kilometers away. It's also located right in the centre of Morley's commercial area at Galleria Shopping Centre, making it more appealing than Morley Station, which is currently just surrounded by houses and a sports field. To sum the low usage of Morley up, it's important to look at where the feeder buses actually go. Route 46 runs from the station to Bayswater Station, and Route 47 runs to the nearby Bassendean Station on the Midland Line. Route 352 runs from the station to Galleria Bus Station, and 353 and 354 run from Galleria to Ballajura. 356 also runs from Galleria to Ballajura, but also serves Bassendean Station. But, most shockingly of all, Route 950, the most frequent bus route in Western Australia, serves the station. It, alongside Express Route 950X, runs from Morley to the University of Western Australia, via Galleria, Perth Busport and Elizabeth Quay Busport, before terminating at Queen Elizabeth II Medical Centre on the opposite side of the city. Trouble is, it's actually faster to get the 25-minute express bus from the city to Galleria than it is to take the 15-minute bus to Morley Station itself and the further 15-minute trip by train. In all honesty, Morley doesn't provide much advantage at all over Galleria, and that's likely one of the biggest reasons its patronage is so low. In 2022, Perth launched one of its most anticipated rail lines in decades, the Airport Line. It connects the CBD directly to the eastern suburbs, cutting through tunnels, stopping at the airport and reaching all the way to High Wycombe. But weirdly, the least used station on the whole line isn't the most distant or the one with the least bus services. It's Redcliffe. Located just under 11 kilometres from Perth, Redcliffe was forecast to see 6,000 passengers a day in 2031, which while absolutely massive compared to some of the other stations, still means it doesn't beat High Wycombe or Airport Central. The line currently sees 15,000 users a day, but by 2031, the branch section of the line is forecast to see 29,000 passengers per day, a whole 93% more than it currently sees. If we apply this to Redcliffe, the station likely currently sees 3,109 passengers a day, or 1,134,785 passengers a year. Redcliffe opened on the 9th of October 2022, with the two other stations on the airport branch, and was originally going to be called Airport West. It serves the suburb of Redcliffe, as well as Terminal 3 and 4 at Perth Airport. But it's actually a whole kilometre from the airport, resulting in Route 292, which is a free shuttle between the station and the airport. Qantas, which serves Terminals 3 and 4, has plans to move to the vicinity of Airport Central in the coming decade, so after that the station might see a further drop in patronage. Redcliffe has an island platform with 2 tracks, and its bus interchange has 6 stands, as well as 1 drop-off stand, served by 7 routes. It also saw a period during planning where it was referred to as Belmont Station, after another nearby suburb. Ultimately, the station opened as Redcliffe. The thing is, Redcliffe isn't actually the least used on the whole line. No, that title goes to Karrakatta. You see, despite having 2 different routes serving it, Karrakatta still manages to be one of the least used on the network. While Karrakatta serves both the Fremantle and airport lines and is quieter overall, Redcliffe holds the title for the least used station built as part of the airport line. So that brings us to the end of Perth's least used stations. I hope you've enjoyed the 2-part series, and it's been great to see the engagement figures from the last video. It seems like Perth content is quite popular for the channel, so hopefully in future I have the opportunity to produce more in the West Australian capital. For now though, expect some content from my home city of Sydney, and remember to subscribe to the channel.